First, the Strike-Mare before Christmas. The rail strikes continue. Nurses go on strike from tomorrow and the Postal strike starts again today. If you just take a look at these images being shared of mountains of mail piling up outside various sorting offices up and down the country, including this one of a fox making his home on a pile of your letters. It's a worrying situation, of course, so close to Christmas. It looks like it's a huge problem just from those pictures there, Jane. I don't know where to start with it.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because obviously, as you can see there's lots of parcels and letters and whatever that people are relying on to be delivered for Christmas. But I was sort of looking this up and researching it, and the post office is owned by the government. So, like, when you go in and buy stamps and stuff like that, that's all government. But the Royal Mail is privately owned, and the largest shareholder is a Czech billionaire. And, of course, private shareholders want profit. So what they've done is they've cut back delivery times, they've cut back on sorting offices. And so it's actually a strike as much about sort of workers' rights as it is about pay and how everything is being cut back because it's no longer in public ownership. So that's the sort of the backstory of it. But then, of course, you have the flip side. So, for example, I was going to get a parcel I got what I call a while you were in card, you know, because they put it through the door when you're in the house because they don't actually bring the parcel. So you've got to go to And I went back 3 times, and actually someone had written a sign on the door, which you can't really read there, but it basically says something like, I've been back 3 times, you've been closed to get a parcel. No wonder Amazon is cleaning up. And, of course, that's the thing, isn't it? So a lot of companies now that are delivering our parcels for Christmas, we're ringing them up going, where is it? And they're going, well, sorry, we're using Royal Mail. And so they will switch their business to one of the other courier companies that will deliver. And a lot of the people that are striking will end up probably out of work in the long run. So it's just this kind of, like, mess, really.
And you think about sort of the older generations in this, and you think about the fact that there's so many of them depending on Christmas cards, wanting to arrive. I mean, because parcels is one thing. We can use alternative services. But, yeah, like you say, Amazon can take that care of that. But then what about all the letters that aren't getting through?
Well, they effectively have a monopoly because nobody else has got the infrastructure to... So they could set up a rival letters service, but it's not cost-effective for a private because they've not got the infrastructure.
Well, I hate to brag, but I'm going to. Because if you were as good as me, you'd have done all your wrapping and your posting and your parcels.
You're that person?
I'm sorry, but I am not worried about it because I knew it was coming, so I thought I'm going to get all that.
But it means your bills won't be arriving.
Well, and that's the other reason why I'm not worried about it, because there's certain letters I don't want to come through my door, and that because they ruined my Christmas. So now I'm like, sorry, didn't get the letter.
Yeah. But you're right, you talk about, like, my mum loves a Christmas card. She sends lots of Christmas cards, gets literally hundreds of them. I'm honestly not exaggerating. And I think she's got maybe 30 or 40 at this point. And by this stage, the living room's fairly full. And it's not. And she's really missing it. And it's those little handwritten notes.
30 Christmas cards.
Yeah, that's nothing for my mum. She's, like, at least 150, 200 maybe.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Why
and she writes them.
Friends?
She's a very popular woman.
No, she's sending... I'm telling you now, she's sending them to herself.
And that's a lot of money. I mean, what is it now? It's 68p for a second-class stamp, I think. And what is it? It's like nearly £1, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. That's exactly it, yeah. So, and again, if with planning, you would a lot of people send it on the second-class stamp because it's cheaper and get it away earlier and everything else. But it's very tough. But, like, how prepared are you, by the way? Are we talking weeks, months?
Well, I'm wrapped and done and ready.
I haven't had my Christmas card from you.
Yes, it was in the post, it got lost.
We're not really doing... Yeah, my family aren't really doing Christmas presents. We kind of... I think because we don't have any young...
Whoa.
Yeah, I know,
You're not doing
I know.
Christmas presents.
Well, we say this every year. I used to be one of those people that's like, I want to do presents. I used to love giving gifts, but we've got to this point where, because there's no young kids in our immediate family, that sort of fuss and stuff we don't really do. And we just say, right, I know this sounds a little bit, I don't know how it sounds, but we do experiences instead. So we'll say, we'll get you a ticket to something, or we'll book, you know, so it's not a physical thing necessarily.
Yeah, that's still thoughtful.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really, you can't rip that open.
Not into it, no, right, fine, no.
Cole, I've bought you a bungee jumping experience for Christmas. You're welcome.
Great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Sounds
Great
great.
fun.
You've
Great
been down
fun.
for me to throw myself off the tall building for a while.